Good day everyone, Miss Tika here and welcome to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I am going to discuss the English language testing and assessment. For today's subtopics, I am going to discuss the following: the difference between testing and assessment, testing, language testing, teaching versus testing, functions of testing, effect of testing, testing and assessment, as well as 5 types of tests. Before I proceed to this topic, please don't forget to subscribe as well as click that like button if you like this video, and also don't forget to click that notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a video, and comment down below. So, what is the difference between assessment and test? Well, assessment is said to be used during and after the instruction has taken place. It is also known as a procedure instead of a product. While the test, it is done after the instruction has taken place. Also, it is known as a product that measures a particular behavior or set of objectives. What is testing? According to Orr in 1996, it is an activity whose main purpose is to convey, usually to the tester, of how well the testee knows or can do something. Language testing. It is the practice and study of evaluating the proficiency of an individual who is using a particular language effectively. Moreover, language testing is the activity of developing and using language tests. As a psychometric activity, language testing traditionally was more concerned with the production, development, and analysis of tests. Recent critical and ethical approaches to language testing have placed more emphasis on the uses of language tests. Lastly, its purpose is to determine a person's knowledge and or ability in the language and to discriminate that person's ability from that of others. Let's proceed to teaching versus testing. Both are so closely interrelated, which we can tell they are partners. The test is geared to the teaching that has taken place, whereas in the latter case, the teaching is often geared to the test. There are 7 functions of testing. Number 1, as devices to reinforce learning and to motivate the students as a means of assessing their performance in the language. Number 2, as information tool for teachers to know about where their students are at the moment, to help decide what to teach next. Number 3, as information for students to find about what they know so that they also have the awareness of what they need to learn or review. Number 4, to diagnose students' strengths and weaknesses, to identify what they know and what they don't know. Number 5, to get students to make an effort in doing the test itself, which is likely to lead to better results and a feeling of satisfaction. Number 6, to give students tasks which themselves may actually provide useful review or practice, as well as testing. Finally, to provide students with a sense of achievement and progress in their learning. The effect of testing. Backwash is the effect of testing on teaching and learning. There are 2 different backwashes in the test. Number 1, harmful backwash. The test will cause harmful backwash if the test content and testing techniques are at variance with the objective of the course. While beneficial backwash, If the result of the test give an immediate effect on teaching, like the syllabus redesigned, new books were chosen, and classes were conducted differently. Testing and assessment. There are two types of assessment. Number one is formative assessment, and the second one is summative assessment. Formative assessment is with the purpose to check on students' progress or to see how far they have mastered what should they learn. On the other hand, summative assessment, it is used at the end of the term, semester, or year in order to measure what has been achieved by groups of students and individuals. There are 5 types of tests. Number 1 is the proficiency test. It is designed to measure people's ability in language, regardless any training they may have in that language. Also, its content is not based on the content of the objectives of language courses. It is based on a specification of what candidates have to be able to do in the language in order to be considered proficient. Also, this kind of test is also known as competency test. Next is the achievement test. The content of the course in achievement test are directly related to language course. Also, its purpose is to establish how successful individual students, group of students, and the course in achieving the objective. The third type of test is the diagnostic test. It is used to identify learners' strengths and weaknesses. It's intended to primarily to ascertain what learning still needs to take place. Second to the last type is the placement test. It is intended to provide information that will help to place students at the stage of the teaching program most appropriate to their abilities. Typically, it is used to assign students to classes at different levels. Lastly, direct and indirect testing. Direct testing means it requires the candidate to perform precisely the skill that we wish to measure. Direct testing is easier to carry out when it is intended to measure the productive skills of speaking and writing, while the indirect testing attempts to measure the abilities underlay the skills in which we are interested. That would be all. Thank you for watching. Sayonara!